Hello there, I'm Carey. If you've heard of Nordstrand audio, you probably already know I've been designing and making bass guitars, pickups, and other fun musical things for more than 20 years now. Well, keeping a small company alive is a stressful endeavor, and eventually it caught up with me when I was diagnosed with squamous cell carcinoma of the tongue in 2020. A profoundly challenging and traumatic treatment during a global pandemic offered me an opportunity for real change. Suddenly, I became obsessed with really sorting out why I do what I do every day. It's recently become apparent the most effective way to achieve some clarity in this regard is through the pursuit of unconditional curiosity. What is unconditional curiosity? Well, let's ask my most favorite question, what wants to happen, and find out together. Well, welcome. This is my studio. I'm gonna make something here from scratch. I have a session open, it's called Basic Description, and I was thinking I needed a basic description of a song, and then that ended up being the title. Just to get started. Sometimes that's the hardest part, is when you sit down, it's like, what do I call the file? Because, you know, when you work in a computer, you have to come up with a name before you start something. You don't have to, but it just makes things easier for me. And so, once you get past that, then it's all systems go. So listen, I've been trying to make demo videos with this bass for y'all for a minute, and every time I sit down and start working on something to make a demo, it turns into a track, and then I'm like, I can't make a demo with this, it's a track now. So and then I put words and singing on them, and you can find that stuff out there. It's coming kind of fast and furious these days, but I end up not having the demo material. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make a track. I'm going to show you how I accidentally make tracks and I'm going to intentionally make something that features this bass. What's been happening is I sit down and I get started, and I end up with 7, 8, 6, 8, I don't know, a bunch of different tracks of this bass. And I just want to show you what this thing is kind of pulling me into, because it's kind of tripping me out. So I hope you dig this. All right. So I use Universal Audio interfaces, Apollos, and their recording system called Luna. And so the first thing typically I do when I start this process is I got to build a groove up, something to kind of drag me into it and make me want to put cool bass lines on it. And the thing that I use for that is called XO, and it's from XLN Audio. And this is a cloud-based kind of sample groove system, engine machine. It's got a sequencer in it, and it's got a lot of cool like swing and nudge features to it. And then you can add effects and do. It's just a really great sort of build a groove quick plug-in for me. It's kind of been my go-to for like 6 years now, which is 5 years, I think, maybe was when it came out, when I started using it in Luna. So first thing, what's the tempo? I'm gonna say 97. That feels about right. But 96. Okay, now turn this on, rename it, and then I start looking for a good sound. I'm gonna loop 2 bars, turn the click off, I don't want to hear that. So now if I find, oh, that's lovely, nice big huge bottom. So where's the kick gonna go? I mean, let's just get something going. 1 and 3, and then I gotta make it play. So now that's looping. So I'm just gonna leave that there for super simple reasons, and then find a snare. For some reason the dryness of that sounds really cool, so maybe something like that. I tend to use the plate reverb in this plugin because I like how it's bright and shiny. Dig that. And then I'm a sucker for dotted delays of almost any variety. And then I'll get over here and I'll play with this stuff here. All I have so far is a kick and a snare, and let's see. Let's swing 16 vintage. Just see what. So we move that. Okay, so now that doesn't feel quite as square as it did to me. It's just 2 elements. Super simple. Okay, so far I'm not feeling this is a 2-bar groove, so I'm just going to leave that. Now the coolest thing you can do with this is that's a basic starting point, so I'm just going to drag that. Oh, that wasn't quite where I wanted it. Put that in there. Cut that off, and then come on. There we go, and then dupe that out a bunch. So 16 bars. So let's get a bass track going. And I'm running through a star lifter down here. And it's coming into the first input on this Apollo X4 right here, which I will assign up here. And then I'm actually going to take these out. This is probably going to be a super long video. So there's kind of the setup. One quick thing that I want to tell you that I do that makes this happen really fast is once I have my groove established, and as a starting point anyway, I make a bass part, record it, and then there's a really cool Command Shift D, which creates another copy track with no content of the track I just recorded. And so once I get in the flow, I can actually do that while everything's tracking and just keep staying in it. And that there's a really that's one of the main reasons I really like the Luna system, is because I can just key command quickly, very quickly facilitate whatever it is that needs to get in the computer, because of the way the workflow works for me. So it's a very, very creative platform. So anyway, we'll see you when we're actually finding cool stuff. Not sure about that one. Yeah, there we go. All right, cool. Got to be fun. Took a minute there. Simmer down, flute. Simmer down, flute. Let's see. Something so simple.
Cool.
Look, I'm gonna be honest. When we turned the camera on, I started getting. I wasn't sure about this, but that's pretty. I dig this. I hope you do too. This is what happens when I sit down to make demos. So this is what you're getting for a demo. So I hope it's okay. But you could do a lot of really neat things with this bass. I'm telling you. I don't think I could sell this one. There's another one for sale still, but not this one. This one's mine. All right.